Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm here to talk to you today about taking things apart and putting them back together in different ways. This is something I find particularly fun and interesting when I'm knitting, and my favorite form with which to explore this concept is the Mobius. Mobius has no real discernible inside or outside, top or bottom, and to me that makes it interesting. So, Exhibit A, Mobius, made of fleece and zippers. You can see that the Mobius has no real discernible front or back. They kind of collide there in the middle. And there's that one twist. Technically, a Mobius has a half twist, but let's call it one twist for the purposes of this video because I see one twist. Okay, so one twist. There we go. So what will happen if I cut it apart along that axis where the two sides meet? Well, let's find out. Some of you already know the answer to this question, but that's all right. What we get is something that has, so this is twice as big around as the Mobius and half as high, but it's got a lot more twist in it. It's this one has 2 full twists, which is 4 times as much twist as the Mobius. How is this possible, you may be wondering? Well, I don't really know, but I also want to show you that you can put this back together in a different way. This way resembles the Mobius. You still have that half twist there, or you still have the twist, but this time you have double thickness, right? Kind of cool. So, one form, many personalities. Now, Exhibit B, cowl. Looks a lot like this form, right? Like the double thickness Mobius. I see one twist. Model it for you. So what will happen when I unbutton these buttons? Any guesses? Let's find out. Drum roll, please. All right, ready? This is what you get. You get a big tube. Kind of cool, huh? You may be wondering, how did she do that? Well, let me show you. Here's my tube laid flat, and notice there's buttons around one end and buttonholes around the other end. Each button has a corresponding buttonhole on the other side. So the way to transform this tube into a form that looks like a double thickness Mobius is that you fold it in half all around the middle. And what I mean by folding it in half is not just folding it like a sheet of paper, but you want to fold it around its center axis so you can still stick your hand through it, right? It's still a tube, but now it's double thickness. So now I'm going to do exactly what I would not do if I was buttoning a cardigan, which is rather than putting this button into the matching buttonhole, I'm going to move it one over to this buttonhole next door. And then I'm going to button all the way around. Okay, now when I pick this thing up, I'm going to hold it in my hands and I'm just going to sort of roll it back and forth like this until gradually it comes to settle into a shape that looks like a Mobius. Ta-da! But wait, that's not all. So if by offsetting by one button, you get a form with one twist, how many buttons do you think it takes to offset in order to get a form with 2 twists? Well, good guess. 2 buttons. Let me show you what that one looks like. This is actually my favorite way to wear this cowl because it just has a little bit more motion in it, and I personally kind of like that. So that's another way that you can transform this object. And there's something else I want to tell you about, which is that the more twist you give to your tube, the smaller it's going to get, And so if it's a really cold winter day and you want something to snug up really tight against your neck, this one here, I've just put I've offset it by 4 buttons. And it's the same as those other 2 scarves. But see how it snugs up really tight against my neck? So there we go. One form, many personalities. Thanks for watching.